right, I believe we are up and running. I think we're live. Let me make sure. Yep, we are live. Got my little feed going from the computer over here. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Logistical Styles coming at you with another video. Well, like you see on the screen, it is Friday live chat with me, Logistical Styles, your boy, coming at you, and we just doing what we do, uh, what I'm trying to do every weekend or every Friday. Still working out my scheduling and stuff. I know I missed last Friday. I got just real busy with work stuff, and but at least I dropped a video a couple of days afterwards, so I gave y'all some content. So what's going on? Just really getting started here. Let me go ahead and kill this music. I'm not really sure how long I'm going to go today. Probably, just probably 30, 40 minutes or whatever. It just really depends on how this goes. But just using this time to discuss some things. There's a lot going on in the DJ industry. A lot going on in my DJ world right now. I guess, I've been practicing a lot, digging, working on my crates. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Bring up some tactics that I've been using to kind of get a better music library or a better crate selection. Starting a new year, you really want to change some things up from last year. You want to keep what worked, but you don't want to just go and use the same old things. And I think as DJs, it's really easy for us to get caught into a rut of playing the same songs or playing the same sets. And I just really want to stop myself from getting caught into that rut. So what I want to do is really just work on getting some fresher sets, and it may not be brand new music or whatever, but it'll be music that I don't normally play. I notice, when I look at my play count in Serato, I can see that I actually do play some songs a lot. The kind of my go-tos or whatever, and I do want to get away from playing those same songs over and over again. So I got some tactics for that. But today is Friday, January 27th, and I actually have my first gig for the year tonight. It's just a bar gig, so it's nothing major. But I'll be back at where I normally at, which is Sage. It's a place up in here in north side of Atlanta. It's a restaurant that has a nice bar with a small dance floor. Dance floor is probably like 12 by 12, maybe. But it's one of those light up dance floors, kind of like a little disco type thing. So it's not a huge dance floor, so it's not a lot of pressure about getting people to dance, but it's easy to get people to dance if you play, the easy songs or whatever. So, but I want to switch it up. And one thing I've been doing is looking at other people's playlist, curated playlist on different websites. A lot of these record pools will have playlist available. Even if you're not a subscriber, you can go to some of these playlists and see what other DJs are playing or what's being pushed. You can look at it through genres, you can look through years, you can look through by artist or whatever, but you can go through and look at different playlists. And that's what I've been doing the past week or so, really maybe 1 or 2 weeks. I've been going on to different record pools and been looking at what they have as far as their hip hop crates, their R&B crates, their throwback crates, stuff that I play, pop as well. Those are the main genres I play: Afro beats, reggae, dancehall. Just trying to figure out ways to, add a little bit more, add a little spice to my mix. Just don't want to sound the same every week. And like I said, this is the first gig of the year for me, so I want to, just kind of knock it out the park. I've been practicing and always, even during this whole downtime. It's been a month, and it doesn't seem like a long time, but as a DJ that's used to playing pretty frequently, a whole month without, really, it's been like 4.5 weeks since my last gig. So that's kind of a long time to be without doing what you're used to doing. So I'm happy to be back. Happy to be doing some DJing. This spot in particular is a place that I actually kind of halfway quit from DJing. Um, I hadn't been to this place since like before Thanksgiving of last year, and the last time I was there was just a really I didn't have fun. I didn't have fun. I mean, I did my job. I did well, got my money, got paid, and everything. But it wasn't fun because some places they make the DJs be like a human jukebox. Sometimes, you don't really get to be as creative as you want to be with your music programming because you're constantly getting requests from everywhere. And this particular night, um, back in November, uh, I was getting requests from security guard, from the management, from the customers, the bathroom attendants. They all within like 10 minutes came in with a request, and none of the requests matched. It was like play some merengue, play some Afrobeat, play some reggae, play some old school R&B. It was just a lot of different directions that they wanted me to go, and it was just so frustrating. And it was like, yeah, I don't even live nearby that location, so I was like, why am I driving out here to put up with this? They don't want a DJ, they want a jukebox. So I got frustrated. I called the guy that books me there, and I was like, you know what, you can take me off the schedule for uh, until further notice because I got fed up. I was really frustrated. But they do have a hard time sometimes keeping people there as far as DJs or DJs that are able to, work with the system. So sometimes they just, you're like, look, can you come back, please? Can you come back? And then finally I was like, all right, I'll come back the end of January. I knew that January would be slow, so I figured at least I'd pick a date in January so I could at least have a paid gig for the month. But anyway, I'm back. I'm not sure how frequently I'm going to be back. It's just a matter of I want to DJ where it's going to be fun and where it's not going to be a hassle. So and it's not always like that at that place. They do have good crowds a lot of times, but uh, we'll see how it goes. If it goes well tonight, I'll be back for another night there. But in the meantime, I'm looking forward to all the other types of gigs I got coming up, other venues that I've played at in the past. Those opportunities will come back to play there again. And so, one gig or one residency is not going to make or break you, or it shouldn't. You should never let yourself be in a position where if you lose one customer, you won't have any more gigs. So I'm looking forward to wedding season, getting ready to crank up, in a couple of months, and then I'm already getting calls for events for like Valentine's Day gigs or whatever. I've been getting a lot of karaoke requests too, and it's not something I do a lot of, but I've been getting those requests. So I've been responding to them, be like, okay, yeah, I'll send you a quote if you ask me for one. That and my photo booth. So I've added photo booth to my offerings for this year. Last year I was doing it kind of as a white label for another company. They would get the gigs and just give me the photo booth stuff, and me and my wife would go out and do an event. I'd be DJing, she'd be doing the photo booth. But over this time, I actually built my own photo booth and have my own setup. So I've added it to my website and to my profiles on the gig salad. So photo booth is going to be something that I'm going to be working with. So this year, I'm excited about that. I've been getting some requests for it. Haven't booked one yet, but I think that's going to be coming soon. So that's one of the reasons why I'm starting to be a little bit more picky about just taking a bar gig just to fill a calendar date. It's like I'm going to be focusing on the bigger, better paying gigs. I did a lot of weddings last year. I did a lot of corporate events throughout the year, sprinkled it in as well. So they paid well, and they paid more than significantly more than the the bar gigs. Bar gigs for me are just filling in my date on the calendar. So I'm not really, worried about those, but I'll take them when they come. And sometimes you do get a really good bar gig. You do get a gig where, the regulars are really cool. They're into what you play. They'll let you experiment and, play something other than the weekly playlist or whatever. So you can come across those. Um, so, yeah, if it comes my way, it comes my way, and I'll take it. But either way, tonight I'm at Sage from 10 to 2, so it should be fun. Um, just been working on getting these crates right, and I just wanted to share a couple of things on with y'all about how I've been getting my crates right. So one of the things I've been doing is looking at the record pools. So I used to be a member of the Urban DJ record pool, which is part of IDJ pool, and they always have playlists. They also do like Billboard playlists or whatever, but you can look at those as well. But then I let that record pool go because it was way too just rap, and like it was like a lot of trap, a lot of just music that I don't play. Even at the bar gigs that I play, I do. I play what they might call grown and sexy, uh, throwbacks, old school, Afro beats, hip hop, you know. But I don't get too. I stay in my lane, and I don't like to do a lot of hood stuff. I mean, I play the mainstream hood stuff, which might be a Megan Thee Stallion type songs, or even the Glorilla, if it's appropriate for the crowd. But I don't get too deep into it. And that record pool, it seemed like even though they kept up with a lot of music, there was a lot of it, most of it I just wasn't playing. So I stepped back from the record pool for a while, but I do go back and look at the charts to see what's charting there. Lately I just been buying, or all pretty much all last year I was just buying songs as I needed them, either that or just streaming, using Tidal. I really got into that last year. Tidal and Spotify is a great place to look at playlists if you're trying to look for ways to expand your musical palette. Definitely, search those playlists. Look through Spotify. You can look up playlists by the curator, the person that made the playlist, or you can look it up by artist. You can do the same thing with Apple Music. Go on these sites. I mean, you may not want to pay for these, and you don't have to, but I know from certain experience that when you pay for them, you do get a little bit more, a better response from them. So there are free versions of that stuff, so you can go to Spotify. You don't have to have a paid account, but some of the things that I do, like I actually right now my Spotify is not paid. I'm on a free Spotify. I switched over to Tidal because Tidal allows you to stream, or Serato allows you to stream Tidal. So I do that. But Apple Music, I'm a big Apple user, so I'm deep in the Apple Music ecosystem, or the Apple ecosystem. And when I'm out driving, I may put in an artist, or I may pull up some playlist and try to take note of the songs that catch my attention, and I'll use those to add to my playlist. And the same thing with Mixcrate. That's another way you can really go if you want to expand your crates, or expand your not just your music selection, but listen to other DJs and listen to how they transition through songs. I would definitely say get Mixcrate, get that app on your phone, and put the genre in that you want to listen to, and you'll get suggested mixes from different DJs, and you can listen to them while you're driving. Definitely do that. Don't just listen to the FM radio. FM radio will steer you wrong. I mean, FM radio will give you some idea of what's being requested, but a lot of times they're just playing the same 15, 20 songs over and over again. So they're not the best, way to live. I do make sure I do listen to FM radio a little bit, just so I can keep a pulse on what's going on. But start using your apps on your phone so you can listen to other actual DJs playing. Some of these DJs do really long sets. I was listening to Mel Starr this week, and He's got like a tribute to Red Alert. So if you want to get your old school hip hop, old school New York hip hop crates right, check this mix out. Mel Star, he's on Mixcrate, Mixcloud, Mixcrate, whatever one it is, and like he's got like a almost 2.5 hour mix. It's a tribute to Red Alert, DJ Red Alert. So he plays all the songs Red Alert was playing, in the early hip hop days, and even golden era hip hop. And I can vouch for that because I grew up, in New York listening to Red Alert when, he was doing it every Friday night on Kiss FM. And as I was listening to Mel Star, his mix, his tribute to Red Alert, I could hear that the influence from Red Alert. So it really also reminded me of some songs that I had not heard or thought to play in quite a while. So, it's not biting because you play the same song another DJ plays. I'm not playing the same order or using the same transitions that they are, but it's it's research. It's research. When you listen to other DJs, you got to get your research in and listen and see how they're doing it. You can get really locked into like if you get really busy as a DJ and you're constantly doing gigs back to back, you don't have time to go out. You can actually, get caught in your own little world and think that, what you're doing is 100% correct. And you can always stand to learn from another DJ. So if you don't have time to go out to other events or other clubs or whatever, you can at least pull up a mix on, one of the apps. Now, another thing I've been doing is I'm going to pull up on the iPad. I'll pull that up right here. Do a little picture in picture. Where am I? Let me turn that off. There's a lot you got to do when you are like streaming. I'm really learning that. So much to do. All right, so uh, this is the Beat Source page. So you can go here and look at these crates. And Beat Source is really good for getting, some info, doing some research, some reconnaissance, and seeing what the other DJs are playing. Now, one thing I will warn you about this is it's very, very popular. So a lot of DJs are playing through these crates. So what I would suggest is instead of just copying the whole crate that they have, um, pick and choose. What songs do you like? What songs do you play normally? And just try adding those to your crate. So like, and these are curated by other well-known DJs. Like I know under weddings, like I know Nick Spinelli. He has a lot of crates that are curated here by him. Let me see. Yeah, see this one right here. I think he's like curating most of the wedding stuff. Everyone I came across that I looked at, yesterday. But you can see, these are the 2020s pop. It's a crate curated by him. And I'm not saying sign up for the source, sign up for the service. Um, I'm not pushing any of these services for you to sign up for. I'm pushing them for you to more or less go through them and see, you know, get ideas because I'm still at the point where I'm paying for my music. So if I see something I like, I'll buy it or I'll find a way to download it. I'm still on like DigiWax. I still can, find some of this. A lot of the urban stuff you can find with DigiWax. It's another good source. I would suggest that. That's a free resource for you to be able to find music, and just gotta fill out the application. They ask you, are you a DJ? And maybe I haven't filled out the application in years, probably over 10 years, so I don't know what they ask now, but I do remember when I signed up there was no verification actually done. They just said, welcome to the DigiWax, and it was helpful when I was doing a lot of trap uh, venues, but I don't do those that much anymore. So I don't visit DigiWax as often. It doesn't occur to me to, but when I do go, I usually do find something that I was looking for, especially current, urban music. But back to Beat Source, this right here, you can see a lot of this is, mainstream pop stuff. Some of this stuff you may have forgotten about, or you may not like. Some of these songs I've never played, like I want to say maybe Bad Habits. I've never played by Ed Sheeran. Um, Do It by A Craze. Never played this. I've never even heard this. So this will give me, some songs or some things to think about. Put me in, the right direction for, a 2020s pop wedding. If we go back, let's go to another genre. Let's do hip hop, and that's on the front page. Those were the featured playlists. So you have other playlists you can pull up to get an idea of what's popular or what you should at least have in your crates. So yeah, definitely big. I definitely recommend going to Beat Source, checking Beat Source out because uh, they will at least give you some information you can use. Another one that I went to today, somebody actually on Facebook recommended it. They were trying to give a link to the Crooklyn Clan compilations, and they are actually right here. This website right here, mixinit.io, and they have compilations. It's mainly like redrums, redrum edits. If you don't know what those are like songs that have another basic drum beat under it. A lot of times they use them for like music that has like live instrumentation. They would like um, like an Aerosmith song. You would have just a basic boom, bap under the actual as a backing track, so it would make it easier to mix. Um, I'm not sure why they're doing it with some of this hip hop and other music because most of that music is quantized. So it was made on a machine, a computer, a beat machine, or whatever. So I'm not sure why they do it that way. But they have a lot of good crates and playlists that was like, dang, that was like this Bad Boy, Best of Bad Boy pack. Let's go into here. And these packs are all like $20. So, but you'll see that they're all, you've got the hype, like this one here, Dance With Me. The first one is an acapella out, quick hit. Dance With Me, again, it's the remix, it's a short version. Clean, Dance With Me. So you got several different edits of these songs. But I'm digging through these just to make sure that my bad boy crate is up to par. Make sure that I'm not missing out on some songs. And I may actually spend the $20 for one of these crates, depending on what I'm looking for. Because I do like to have different remixes from different DJs, and that was one of the cool things I did like about the Urban DJ record pool that I mentioned earlier, is they do have uh, mixes from specific DJs. Like there's this one Milan Variable. Um, I I loved the remixes or the edits that Milan Variable did for Urban DJ. They were always very easy to mix with. They edited it properly. I like the way they did that. This particular website right here, it has. Let's go back. Go home. This particular website here, they have a lot of different genres, but most of it is hype edits, the edits where you got Fat Man Scoop type stuff going on. Think like for the old school DJs, think all the Aviate records. It's like those. You got DJ Riz, he's a remixer and editor that's been around forever. You got all the genres. So if you get, that disco part or that 70s party, 80s party, this is a good way to get your music selection up at least. You can go through and be like, okay, let me look at this disco playlist right here. And what does it have? Okay, here's some songs I haven't thought about playing in a while. And I never really looked at them as disco, but it's just a good way to go flip through songs, something to think about. So there's that website. And then another one, another resource. It's not even a record pool, but it is, even if you don't use this software, but the Serato website, the Serato forums. If you go, let's go here. The Serato forums, every year there's a DJ Artistic, and he has done this, I think, probably over 10 years now. He'll do a thread called the hottest R&B, rap and R&B club tracks for whatever year. And this is where other DJs would go in, and I'll pull it up real quick. They'll go in and list what's popping or what's working in their area. And they do a pretty good job of staying on topic. At first, the first few years, people would be like, "Oh, these songs suck. These are all trap, whatever." But that's not what the topic is about. The topic about it is what's working. So you should definitely want to check these out. This is a 2022 edition. So if you want to go back and see what people were talking about, um, you get some good response, a good conversation. It's one of the few threads on the Serato forum that has consistently stayed active. And then there's somebody else on the forum that also created one for Afrobeats. So I would definitely check that out as well. So um, yeah, those are my resources, definitely. So I suggest you don't have to be a Serato member or user. You can use whatever platform or software that you want. You can be a virtual DJ, tractor, whatever. But you can come onto this website. You don't even have to make a profile. You can come on just as an anonymous user. Just look for the hottest rap and R&B club tracks, and then you'll find those threads. And what's cool about it, he does them every year, and we all participate. So you can go back and look at what was the hottest rap and R&B tracks in 2017 and see what DJs were actually talking about, not necessarily what the record labels were pushing or what the fans or the customers were randomly requesting. It's what DJs are playing and what is working for those DJs. So check that out. Definitely. I was also going to suggest BPM Supreme because I'll go back there. BPM Supreme because I used to go and buy music from BPM Supreme, but it's been a while and it looks different now. It looks totally different. Now it's like BPM Music. They have a tab, but you don't see all the crates and the playlists like they used to have. So I'm not sure if they got purchased or bought out. I mean, it still looks DJ focused. They say they're here for the music, play, perform, produce, create. I really gotta look into that a little bit more, especially on the create side, see what they are talking about, producing and creating music, or maybe it's just creators creating streams or blogs or whatever. But I want to look into that. But yeah, BPM Supreme used to be a really good place to just go see, what's hot, especially like for the Latin music. I would go to BPM Supreme and the Moom Baton, which to me I realize is just like reggaeton remixes of current songs or whatever. But those playlists are actually fun to add those remixes into your set as well. But yeah, those are my main ones. I gotta get ready to bounce. We've been on for about 30 minutes. It's a kind of a busy Friday for me, but I definitely want to slide in and get this live stream done. I said I want to do it and be consistent with it. I missed last week, but hopefully I made good with that tutorial I did on Scratch Banks that I posted a couple of days ago. If you haven't seen that, check that out. I walked through the usage of Scratch Banks and just talked about how I plan on using it, and I will be using it a lot more. So that's another reason I'm excited to be back doing gigs again. So hopefully I can get another video out, another tutorial. The tutorials seem to do really well. You guys like that. And starting next week, I'm going to be trying to push out a lot more of these YouTube shorts. They're really pushing us to do that. They say that that's the best way to, grow the channel. And I definitely want to get some growth on the channel. Shout out to everybody who has been watching and participating. It's good to see y'all, good to hear from y'all. I love the comments that you'll give me on the videos. It seems like the videos are helpful, and that is the purpose of all this. So, I just want to spread some knowledge and get, form a little community, let people, know what they don't know. Got to teach people. You don't know what you don't know until someone shows you. And so I want to be able to show you some things, especially with the equipment that I'm using. So we got some more rain tutorials coming, maybe some Serato tutorials. I got to really dive into 3.0. And of course, algorithm DJ, I'm still hype about that. I'm definitely rocking with that. I'm actually on the fence as to whether I want to go with tonight. I want to use algorithm or if I want to use Serato. It would be a good test for me to use algorithm, but we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and end with a little bit of music and a fade out. But until next time, it's your boy Logistical Styles, and I am out.